The Leadership Series Class of 2024. Wednesday, April 3rd.
Hey,
Hello,
Joe, you got a haircut?
guys.
You get a haircut,
See you
Joe?
all.
Hi, Shell.
Oh no, it's because
Hi.
you don't have your headphones on. That's what it is.
Say hi,
Oh.
I'm not on mute.
You look different, Joe, without your headphones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on my iPad today, so
Ah.
these.
So you didn't get a haircut. You just don't have your headphones on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Tell everybody, Joe, how much weight did you lose so far?
70.
He said. So say what you said. Where the doctor told you something, you said, "Okay, I will."
Yeah.
You put it on Facebook. Tell everybody. That's
yeah,
so powerful.
It was because I'm pre-diabetic now, so that they had to measure my blood sugar and stuff, so I wanted to take change of it. So
Yeah, you said on Facebook. You said the doctor said you could do something about it, and so I did. That is the most powerful quote. That was the most powerful thing I heard in a while.
Guess what,
A
Dad?
lot of people just take drugs, Joe. They just say, "Oh, well, then I guess I'll start taking drugs." But you
Yeah.
did it. My husband, we're so proud of you because he's a doctor and he's the number of patients that he said that to, and they were like, "Okay, well, give me some drugs." Like nobody said what you did. Nobody does. You're rare. You're an exceptional human.
Hey, Dad, guess what?
Yeah, yeah, Georgia.
Good job, Joe.
Yeah.
I lost 6 pounds already. I lost a lot of weight.
Oh, you're doing it too, huh?
Yeah.
Good job.
And what motivated you, Georgia? What motivated you to do it?
Because I'm a diabetic and my mom is free from cancer. So
So you took you made a decision too.
I
And
made a
Keith did it.
choice.
Keith, like, where's Keith? Where is? I know he's. Oh, and Keith, tell him what you did because you're like the amount of control, self-control he has.
Weight Watchers.
But whenever we go out to eat, he'd be like, "Well, I got this many points," and that, I'm like, I would just eat everything. And he's like, "I'm measuring this, and I'm
she
doing
would.
that." I do. And then
Deb,
he
26.
And then Keith also is doing the weightlifting. I'm saying that because you guys could do an inspirational presentation at the conference to tell people, because it's very much a thing that people that have this disability label. There's a lot more people that are overweight because a lot of times when people are growing up, this is a sad but true that parents will give you a cookie. Like they'll give the kid that doesn't have any friends and stuff. And this is a younger generation, so maybe not as much you guys, but older people, that was the thing, was like, the kid with the disability that couldn't play with their friends. It's like, "Oh, it's okay, here's a cookie." And people had a weight problem. But you guys are like perfect examples of like, "Nope, I'm not doing it." And it's a choice. Some people are like, "I'm fine with my body," and that's cool. That's totally fine. But if you're like, "Nope, I'm not doing it. The doctor said I could do this, and so I did." I think that's just such a powerful thing. Look at and Rhonda's a nurse. She's probably cheering it on too, huh, Rhonda?
Absolutely. Good job.
yeah.
Thank you.
So Deb, I'm doing Nutrisystem. That's what's been helping.
You know.
Nutrisystem.
So that's the kind of thing you could tell people, because you all have different ways. What are you doing, Georgia?
Be careful of what I'm doing.
You're just being careful, yeah.
Carmen
Dan
and I
just
have
said-
also lost weight.
Hey, and what motivated you? You just said, "Hey."
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And how did you do it? Did you do a system or what, like Georgia, or what'd you do?
I would just pretty much say it was a lifestyle change. I don't eat anything with sugar anymore, and I
I'm
barely
trying
eat
that
anything with
too.
carbs.
You should be on the panel too. So Carmen, Georgia, Joe, and Keith. Anybody else?
Carbs are a really killer for me.
I'm just
Carbs are
volunteering you.
for
I couldn't do without my carbs. My husband's
I
like,
know. Well,
my husband's
because
like, "You and your
if
carbs." That's what he
you
always
don't
says.
have
I'm like,
meat,
"Oh."
you have to have something. But
I don't
I'll
eat
tell
meat,
you
but I
what,
eat
I've
carbs.
lost a couple of pounds in the last couple of weeks, and here's how I did it, and I recommend it for everybody. Get a puppy. You don't have time to eat, and all you do is run around and bend down, pick the puppy up, and run again, and yeah.
Or a duck, or a chicken or duck.
Yeah, dogs
I
eat.
get on
I'll
a
do it.
panel because I gain weight. Can I get on a panel for one? I gained 6 pounds this winter.
Oh, I sent them over to you. So sorry. Yeah.
You know what's so funny when we see each other in person, you guys, is like, you see people on the screen, and when you meet in person, you're like, "Oh wow, you look different, totally different than there were a couple people in class. They were like giants. Like one
Yeah.
guy, Michael, he's like, what is he? He's like 6'6" something. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And Joe, our peer mentor last year, he's got to be like 6'4". He's like,
Didn't
I
expect
love
that.
tall people. I'm like,
I'm
wow.
5'9". I'm
Yeah,
5'9".
you see people in person,
Alright.
it's like, wow, you're bigger than I used.
You know, we should do that before we see each other in 2 weeks for class. We should let everybody know how tall we are.
5'7".
The most
5'9".
shocking thing to me.
I don't know.
I'm 5'9".
I don't know how tall I am, but I'm definitely not tall.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Either am
I
I.
think
So,
Pablo's the tallest. How tall are you, Pablo?
I'm 5'11".
Yeah, Pablo's the
Yep.
tallest.
Okay,
Keith is-
okay.
That's what Keith is too.
Yeah.
How tall are you, Nick?
Anna,
Yeah.
5'5.5".
how you feeling today? You
I
feeling
would have
better?
guessed. I would have guessed you were taller because you're an athlete. Oh yeah, you're so thoughtful, Dan. You're so thoughtful.
Yeah, I'm actually, my ankle is better, but it's like, it's still 50-50. Like it does bother me, but not as bad.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Oh, that's good.
You have to be so careful with sprains because it's like you think you don't realize it's as bad as it is because sprains you don't see the. Scott left and came back.
And
How tall are you, Mark?
me?
Mark.
I think I'm like 5 something inches, I think. I can't remember from the
Yeah,
top
some
of-
people are like, I don't know.
Yeah.
How tall are you, Anna? How tall are you?
I actually don't know how tall I am.
What we'll do when we get there, we'll line us all up by height. How about that?
Yeah, we did it before.
But you know what you do when you do it? You
Person.
can't talk. You do stuff like that, but we can't talk. Okay, that'll be, everybody start thinking about that. When we get there, we'll be like, ready, go. No talking, just line ourselves up by height. Like a bunch of
that's
little
what
ducks in a row.
That's what we got by.
How tall are you, Nicole? You know how tall you are, Nicole?
Who you calling a duck?
Ah, who you calling a duck?
5'5".
High five.
5'5". All right. There's gonna be
But
a
you
lot of us
did.
the same height.
I know, it's gonna be a bunch of people in the middle. Now, who haven't I asked? How tall are you, Dan?
Like 5'6", whatever
5'6".
66 inches is.
Whatever 66 inches is.
That's 5'6", right?
Good one,
Yeah,
Are you,
Dan.
that's
are you
right.
that, you're taller than that, Rhonda. Are you taller? You look taller.
No,
I'm
I'm 5'1.25".
Oh, she's tiny.
You
Oh,
can't tell.
No, you
Yeah.
can't.
So
so
Deb,
Dan, you tower over Auntie Rhonda, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Because
So
you're
the-
sitting
yeah.
closer. I think you're sitting closer. Yeah, yeah.
so I
The
have to
funniest
tell you,
one for me was the first time we met someone from the state,
Joe.
which shall remain nameless.
Oh.
We went for a meeting. That was just a few months ago. And when I saw this person, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're adorable. She was
Oh,
so much shorter than
You
I
can say she's
expected. I'm
adorable.
like,
That's
"Oh,
Brenda.
I can't believe I
Brenda
just
is
said that."
adorable. She won't care if you say it.
Oh,
She
yeah.
doesn't care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell Brenda we had a meeting. We told everybody you were adorable. She
I was
is.
so surprised at how small she
Tell her,
was compared
Amethyst.
to me.
Deb, I just want to tell you, I don't have Facebook anymore. I got rid of it completely. So
Oh,
I
okay.
got- I
Why?
didn't want Facebook anymore. I just
Yeah.
wanted Instagram and YouTube pretty much because my
Uh-huh.
YouTube channel is growing now.
Uh-huh, yeah.
So it's
So
growing.
that post you
Good.
made about the losing the weight, is that not there anymore? Because that was, you're gonna
I'm
have to
not
say it in
sure.
person then. You're gonna have to say it in person because that was very inspirational. Like, so you can't do Messenger anymore either?
No, but I do have Instagram.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna give everybody a contact list. It's gonna have all our phone numbers. So
Yep.
I don't do phone calls.
Yeah,
but I
don't call
Don't
them.
call Deb. Oh, I'm awful.
I'll
on the
call
phone.
Deb. I'll call
Just
Deb.
imagine calling her. I don't.
You can text
Oh,
them.
you can text
No
me. I'll text you
call.
right back. Don't call me.
Yeah.
Just call. I just won't answer. I'll be like, Keith, so-and-so
That's
called.
true.
Can you call them back? Uh,
I just told Georgia I haven't even called my mother back. Never mind anybody
Oh.
else, please. I
I
don't.
know.
I call my
I
mom
bet,
every
I
single
know.
day. I call my mom
Okay.
every single day.
Oh, you're a good
You're so
man. Call my
sweet.
mother for me. Will you call mine? No.
Oh.
Wait. How tall are you,
All right.
Amethyst? I'm not done asking. I missed a couple of people.
I think I'm in the 5'5" group.
All right. And Gabe, you're taller. I think I asked you before, Gabe. aren't-
5'9".
Yeah, I asked you before.
Okay.
I don't
Same
remember. I
height
think I
as
remember
me.
asking that. All right. Wait, who else didn't we ask? Carmen said she's short. I mean, Lena, how tall are you, Lena?
Like 5'3"-ish.
Yeah, you
Ah.
look taller than that. See, you
Lena.
see people on the cameras and you're like, how tall are you gonna be in person? It'd be funny if one of us is like,
That's that's the thing is
I'm
when you
this
just
tall.
see heads, it's
Yep.
hard to tell.
The most amazing thing that was Joe because he had like a half a human taller than me, and I'm not short.
Nah.
Whoa, he was taller than Keith, and Keith is tall.
I have to work on my reactions though, because maybe,
We prepared
you know,
ourselves. Now
'cause
we all
were
know.
so surprised with Michael and Joe, and I'm not sure they were comfortable with that, but
I loved it.
so
I
surprising.
loved that they were tall. Oh my gosh, I love it. Hi. My husband's taller than me, and I'm like, oh.
yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
For the in-person class, I honestly don't know how I can get down there. But I'm working on it with my co-lead. But I will let you know if we figure it out.
You take ride.
Yeah, I do. I do take a ride here to walk at looking upwards, but I don't know if it can go that far down.
It does. It
It
can.
does. It goes to the office.
You can take ride all over the state wherever it's on the bus route.
Yeah,
Just for your
yeah, 'cause
reference.
I have to come here to the office first before.
Yep.
Like before leaving.
Yep. We've had people come from Newport from that area to Pawtucket without problem on ride.
Yep.
But Keith is the
Yeah.
king of rides, so he could help you figure it out.
Yeah.
He knows how to take all that stuff that I don't.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know about that.
Okay.
All right. We'll be very excited to hear if you can navigate ride to get to the
Yeah.
office. That would be so exciting. That would be such a win for you. You'd get to see the entirety of Rhode
Woohoo!
Island in that
Yeah.
ride.
Yes.
you would.
Will you be
So,
sending out the address, Michelle?
Yes. I'm
Okay.
going to do that
500
today. I
Prospect
try
Street.
not to keep sending out so many emails every week that it becomes overwhelming in the inbox. So that's going to be today's email is sending
Yeah,
out the
so people can
address.
plan it. Yeah.
Yes. And it's in 2 weeks, the 17th, 1 o'clock to 2:30, just like class time. And we will meet you at the front door. So if you park like in the front of Independence Square, you'll see where the front is. Just go
Keith
through
will
the
be there
double doors.
smiling.
Yep. And Keith will be there and he'll let you know where to go. So, but I'll put all of that in an email with the address. Okay. So
Keith
so
is the bouncer,
exciting.
so.
So, yeah.
Oh, Deb.
All right. So we're going to get started.
Where is Anna trying to come from? Anna, where are you coming from?
From the office of looking upwards
Is it Middletown or Newport?
in Middletown.
Anybody
Oh,
near Middletown? I don't think anybody else is Middletown.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
nearby,
Yeah, it's nice.
kind of far.
Yeah.
Where are you guys coming from, Auntie Rhonda?
Cranston?
Well, Dan will be in Pawtucket at his program, so I'll pick him up.
yeah.
But you're in
Yeah.
Coventry, right? Aren't you down in?
No,
who's
I'm in
Who's in
Cumberland.
Coventry? Who's in Coventry? Somebody.
Yeah.
I'm in
Somebody's down.
Cumberland.
Somebody
I'm in
was.
Cum-
I'm in Cumberland too, Joe.
Who's in Coventry? Maybe it's Michael. He's down further because he knows. Maybe because I don't know.
It is Michael. It is
Yeah.
Michael. It's in Coventry. Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
missing.
Yeah, he's not coming today. He said he
Hmm.
couldn't come. He's getting a little anxious. We're trying to encourage him to still to stick with it. So everybody,
Yeah.
maybe we'll all just Michael. I'm not sure if he actually watches all of them, but Michael, we want you to come back, Michael.
Yes,
Yeah.
Right, my
Michael.
camera.
And he's had a hard couple of months.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been rough. That's a
Well,
lot.
one person. I mean, he shared this. Like he found out on Facebook. That is awful to find out that a family member passed away because they put it on Facebook, but they didn't tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did
Yeah.
a soup kitchen the other day. I volunteered in
know.
the soup kitchen.
Yeah.
Very
Oh,
nice.
nice. That's awesome. That's
Wasn't
awesome.
here, so
How many times do you do that weekly?
I do that 2 times a week.
Very nice.
That's awesome. Thank you for doing that, Joe. Volunteering is important.
Mm-hmm.
It's what makes the world go round. I'll tell you what, kindness through volunteering.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, are we ready to get started? It's 1:16. This is how
Yeah.
fast time goes by when we're chatting it up.
I think Mark has a question.
Oh yeah, Mark.
Yes. I have a question about the upcoming dance within a month from now.
Yeah.
would, cause, do you have to like bring, do you have to like bring a guest or something? Cause
Only if you want to.
Yeah, if you want to.
I got this girlfriend that.
All right, Georgia. Mark, hang on. Georgia, this is your cue.
Yeah.
What are you going to tell people about the dance, Georgia? We were practicing this, Mark. Hit
Yeah.
it. What should they do, Mark?
You are.
Georgia, what should people do about the dance and other people coming, Georgia?
They should have the money to stay over.
No,
But
tell
they-
people, they should tell people that they
About
know.
the dance.
Yeah, that everybody can come.
Everybody can come to the dance.
Well,
Yes.
So anybody, Mark, I mean, they have to pay the full price for the ticket, but
Okay.
you're getting
Which is
half price, 30, which is super cheap because it costs us 90.
Still cheap.
Cause I thought the guests would have to pay the discount price as well, or is it just,
No.
No, it's just the
Just
people
the
in the
price.
class.
oh,
That's as big a hit as we can take.
It's just for you.
Yes.
But honestly, the $30, the full price of the ticket is discounted from 80.
Yeah,
So
so
$30 is not bad. That's actually still really inexpensive, especially if you ever go out to eat these days.
Yeah.
$30 is about what it costs to go to just a cheap,
Yeah.
nasty place. But I'll tell you what, the food at the
Oh.
Marriott is,
And entertainment.
Yes.
Eating of- yeah.
and all of us.
Yeah, we're going to dance
Nicholas
tonight.
No.
What is everyone
Oh, yeah,
having
Nicholas
for
is
dinner at the dance?
We're gonna let's talk about that in another pasta. There's pasta, chicken, or fish, but we can't go around and do that right now because
No, but you
we
know
will
what?
Run
Next
out
week-
of time.
Next
That's
week's
next week's
icebreaker.
icebreaker. There you go.
Next
Yep.
week's icebreaker. Remember that, Joe. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
You got it. And Joe will
Oh,
ask you. Joe will lead it next week. You guys are all gonna take turn leading the icebreaker. So Joe, you're gonna be up next week. We'll tell you what to do, and you're gonna do it.
So between now and then, make sure you get your tickets because when you go to purchase your tickets, that's where you see the menu options and you
'cause,
choose what you want to eat.
But the
Okay,
point that we were trying to make is that you should spread the word about the dance. It's
Spread the
not
word.
just a disability thing either. Bring your wife, bring your whoever you want to bring them.
I was kind of suggesting that because again, I got this girlfriend, so I was hoping
Yeah.
that she would like to come.
That's wonderful, Mark. Thank you for bringing that
Yeah,
up because
bring whoever.
Nice.
No problem.
Nice.
you want.
Yep.
And
Okay.
last year we had people from New Hampshire. A special ed teacher crashed the dance. She was so impressed, and Keith was like talking it up and stuff. She's
Yes, some
she never
people,
s-
yeah, they just hear the music and
like,
come
yeah,
in.
but she was impressed because she, where she's from, it was like the people with the disabilities over there, and we were all just partying. She was like, "Ooh." So, yeah, spread it around. People having fun. It's not really a disability thing. It's just fun.
No,
So again,
everyone's welcome.
so
Okay.
again, Michelle,
Yes. Last question because it's 20 past now. Yes.
okay, sorry,
That's all right.
so I should purchase, two tickets for the both of us then?
That's a good question, actually, Mark. So you go and you purchase one ticket with your discount code.
Okay,
And then you go back in after you're all done purchasing your ticket, you go back in and purchase one ticket at the full price. It won't let you do both at the same time.
so
So
it's only a
I
one.
wanted to add to that. If
Yeah,
that's
if it's two different. Pablo, I answered your question by email. If there's 4 of you that have the discount that can get the discount, you can do all 4 at the same time.
So I actually asked Lena about it. She actually purchased hers and Carmen's ticket. She tried
Oh, okay.
purchasing hers and Lena, and Carmen's at the same time,
And
but
it didn't let her?
it would only take out the discount for one ticket. So I might have to go in and purchase them independently. So so Mark can technically purchase both tickets and only one will be discounted. At the
Oh, okay. Oh, that's actually good to know. We didn't test that.
Different than
because-
No, we
thought it was
didn't.
all right.
I don't know why that would be the case, but so that leads me to this question. Lena, did you end up paying $45 or did you back out?
I backed
do it.
out.
Okay, good. All right. Because I would have refunded you the difference. Okay.
We
There
refund
was
Nick.
somebody in this class that I
Nick.
owe a refund. Nick.
It's Nick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to keep remembering that. Okay.
Okay, so it would be just
All
like
right.
one ticket at a time then.
Yes.
Just one. Yeah. Or
Okay, cool.
Pablo was saying because I wouldn't take the chance. Just do one at a time since that's what's,
Okay, we'll do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
that's fine.
Thank you so much.
So that works. All right. We're getting super excited about the conference too. It's going to be so much fun. I think this might be the best one yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, All right, so we're gonna get started. We're gonna go over fun work first, and then after we talk about what you're gonna do for your fun work, we're gonna do a quick icebreaker so that you guys all have a chance to talk. And I'm already losing my voice. And it's important that you guys realize this. This fun work is what we're gonna be going over in 2 weeks when we're in person. It's the About Me boxes. And it's probably one of the most exciting and fun things that we do in the leadership series. So I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. You have 2 weeks to get it done, and you have to take those boxes with you to our office for the in-person class, because what we're going to be doing in person is showing each other those boxes. And we're going to go over all that as we go through this. But just so you know, that is why we're meeting in person, is we're going to be showcasing our About Me boxes to everybody.
So
We're going to
before we
split up
jump,
into
yep,
3 groups.
so before we jump into a billion questions about it, we're going to go over it and show you how
Yeah.
to do it. If you have questions afterwards and you still don't know how to do it, Keith will Zoom with you, or Georgia and Keith. So we will have people
Yeah.
Zoom with you at a different time to answer your questions and help you do it individually. But right now, we just want to jump into it. So unless it's a question, I mean, you don't have a question to ask about this yet because we haven't told you about it.
Yeah, but
Right.
we're going to go over everything several times and answer your questions and all that. So no worries. So
And it'll
Deb's
be
gonna
on the
pull up-
website and everything. It'll be all good.
Yeah. The presentation is going to be up on the website under fun work on our class webpage. By the way, when we send you an email from the leadership team, if you look under the signature at the bottom where it says, you know, the leadership team for the leadership class or whatever it says, there is the web page right there, the class web page. So every time we send you an email, that link is there at the bottom, way at the bottom. All right, so look for it there. So that's kind of a little trick for you. Well, actually, at least when I send it, I don't know about you, Deb.
I don't
set it
send
up
them. You're sending
You
them.
don't send them. So that's true. All right. So, all right. So Deb's going to pull up the PowerPoint.
The website is, the ANA website is there on the ones I send at the bottom. But anyway, here's the
Oh,
PowerPoint.
okay.
Can you see it?
Yes. All right. Do we
Nick-
want to have people
Nick
read?
is going to read it. Nick is up
we're
first
gonna- all right.
because I was watching the recording and I cut him off last week when he was reading something.
All right.
All right, so there's a picture that says it's about me, and and it's another the slide says about me boxes. Speak up and share your story with others.
So it's about me. That's what the About Me boxes are about. So we're going to go to the next slide. And, we're
And
gonna
there's a
get into
picture
it.
of a box on the slide.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought
Yay,
you said
Nick.
that. Yeah. All right. All right. What's an About Me box? So does someone want to describe this picture that is on this slide? Joe, I saw your hand first.
We're going to ask
Okay.
other people, just hang on for a sec, Joe, because we're going to maybe just ask some people that haven't had a chance to read a lot to do it
Yep.
too. Not right now. Joe's doing this one, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, Joe is great, but there's other people that we want to give a chance to just say stuff to. And this one just has pictures. So
Okay, so what's in an About Me box? I see a box on the bottom middle bottom corner. So, and then I see a person waving their hands in the air and with some glasses, brown hair, and she's smiling. And I see the earth. I see a happy frowny face, pizza, and I see lightning. A little box with it, and I see a journal. I see a house.
Yeah, that's awesome. So all these pictures are rotating around her because these are things about her. So what's an About Me box? It's just what it sounds like. It's a box, or we call it an About Me box because it sounds good, but it can be a bag. It can be any kind of container. It can
Mhm.
be, I think Deb has mentioned in the past that she took like a KFC bucket. Is that-
Yeah, some did
You
no,
know,
bucket.
I did not do. I don't
No.
do KFC. I did a milk
No,
carton that
some
was
people did
bookkeeping.
bucket.
Some people did, yeah. So you can get really creative with what you put your things in, but it just has to be something that's big enough to hold the things that you want to put in it. So you get whatever kind of receptacle you want, whatever kind of container. It can be a box or a bag or anything. And you fill it with things that tell your story. It's all about you, the things that you like, the things that represent you, the things that you want other people to know about you. That's what you're going to put in these boxes. Okay. So it's actually a lot of fun. We're going to talk more about it in the next slide. So reasons to make an About Me box. I am going to call on Mark. Can you describe that picture that's on the
Yes.
screen?
Yes. I see a woman looking on the other end, looking like all mad and stuff or confused and doesn't know what's going on in life.
Yeah, she's you're right. She's looking a little mad. She's a little frustrated because she wants to tell people about herself, but sometimes it's hard to get that information across, right? If you want to tell someone about your vacation that you went on, or you want to describe your new job or share how you feel about a new song, you might want to say that, but you can't capture it in words. Doing the About Me boxes can help with that, right? So it takes away that frustration. Instead, it gives you a way to share with everybody here about you, right?
Right.
So, so there's another thing that's going to be on the screen. And Anna, can you tell me what the second picture is? It's an old-fashioned thing, actually. Yeah. You know what that is? A camera.
Click,
yeah.
Anna, click.
Yeah. Cameras are becoming obsolete now because everybody has their phones, but it's a camera. So someone once said that a picture is worth 1,000 words. And that's what an About Me box will help you do as you find different things, objects, music, and all kinds of items that will help share about you. It's something tangible. And we're also going to talk about how, because I don't want you to see this camera and think, ooh, photographs. I can bring photographs. Try not to use photographs. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go so far as to say no photographs. And see what comes of it.
Jeb's going to jump in and say, some people might want to use, if you have a special photograph, like Nicholas set these amazing pictures of him as a little kid doing a Greek dance.
Oh, we're going to use those.
Yeah.
We're going to use those.
Yeah. But not
for
picture
this
for
stuff.
everything.
No.
Not a picture for
So,
everything, but you could put like
what's
one picture.
happened in the past is we say, oh, you know, if it's a special photo, and the next thing we knew, most of their box was photos. But here's the problem with that. It's not going to mean a whole lot to somebody who can't see the picture. But if you bring something like, if Deb were going to bring something in her box, I guarantee you there would be a goose or a duck feather in there, right? And then she could pass that thing around. And even if you can't see, you know, she's not going to show a picture of Humphrey, her goose, but she can pass around a feather from Humphrey. And you can feel it and feel that it's soft and feel that it's long, you know. So we want to make sure it's things that people can really experience, you know. And sometimes a photograph, if it's special to you because you've had it sitting on your bedside table since you were born, yes, okay, bring that with the frame and then they can feel the frame, you know. So we want to make sure it's inclusive to everybody. So
And
when people just kind of feel it,
tangible means tangible. Could you use the word
tangible
tangible?
means
you can
that
touch
you can
it,
experience it, you can touch it, you can feel
interact
it, you
with
can
it,
kind of, you
you
know,
can smell it.
smell. Yes, love smells.
I got a quick
We don't want any
question.
dirty sneakers though, not that kind of smell.
No, we don't like that kind of smell. Can you hold it until the end, Joe?
Sure.
Just because we might end up answering your question before. So then we're going to put up a third picture. And
Nicole. Carmen
I
Sanders.
saw Carmen raised her hand. Sorry.
Okay.
The light bulb.
It's a light bulb. So doing an About Me box is an activity that's about sharing information in ways that others can understand. And a lot of ways, it's also a lesson in accessibility, how to make things accessible. So get really creative, being able to take big ideas and putting it into something that's simple and easy to understand. It's an important leadership skill. That's a big deal. So successful leaders will always empower others. And that begins with helping them to know what's going on. So like taking a big idea and putting it into something tangible is maybe you live on your own. You have your own apartment, right? And you're living independently. You can take the key from your apartment, make sure you don't lose it, but you can put it in the box for that day, right? So people can feel the key. Oh, hey, it's key to her apartment, you know? So you can't put the whole apartment into your About Me box. It's too big, right? But you can put the key in there, or something special that you have in your apartment that you're really proud of. Maybe it's, you know, a small picture that you have hanging on the wall or something. So does that make sense? So you take kind of the big ideas in your life and put them into something small and tangible that you can fit in your box. And it's challenging, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. All right. So we're going to move to the next slide.
Okay, before we do, I just want to say
Yes.
some people have also just put a fake key in to represent it.
A fake key
You
is
could just
fine
put
too.
just to represent it. The next
It's
slide
a
is
representing.
the next slide is for Daniel and Auntie Rhonda. So Auntie Rhonda, you can read it, but
Nice.
Daniel, you got to explain it to us, okay?
If anybody wants
go.
to borrow my shrink where you can just shrink your apartment and bring
Oh,
Okay.
thank you, Pablo, for the shrink.
All right, so we're
Need
going
to
to be muted, so
regrow
we
it
get.
after though.
We want to make sure we get Daniel and Auntie Rhonda. So here we go.
How do you make an About Me box?
That was easy.
Hang on, I'm gonna do it again for you, Daniel.
Listen.
That was easy.
What do you think happened?
I just heard that was easy, and I heard a little bit of noise before that, but I don't know.
Do you
Are we
think it
dating
was-
ourselves with the staples?
Yes.
We are.
Yeah.
Probably, but you
Yeah.
heard that was easy. And
But
that's the
Auntie
point.
Rhonda will help explain. All right, so because if you're too young to know this, I apologize.
We're so dated.
So it's a button. And when she touched it with her hand and pressed it down, it said, this was easy. That was the noise you heard, the click of her pushing the button down.
Oh,
It's
An
easy.
old
It was a-
Staples commercial. Yeah.
Yeah. It was saying, you know, when you shop at Staples, it's really easy. You don't have to worry about blah, blah, blah. So when you make an About Me box, it's easy too. I'll find one that's more age appropriate for this age for another slideshow, Dan.
And then they were selling those buttons that when you push them, it says that was easy. They were selling them. It was all the rage. They were sold out in no time. I had one.
That's because I bought half of them for the class one.
Yeah, she did. Actually, if the
we're
toys
dated.
are sold out, they've bought them.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right. So that was awesome, Auntie Rhonda and Daniel. Thank you. All right. So let's see. Let's see who we're calling on. Nicole. You want to help us
Read the
out?
picture.
Maybe read the top box there.
What is it? I had to look it up. Look it more closer. Yep. Make your box in 3 simple steps.
Perfect. Thanks.
And can I tell you what the picture is?
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead. Tell me what the first one is.
Describe number 1. Number 1 is a bunch of question marks.
Yeah, a bunch of question marks. So that's step number 1. It's answer some questions about yourself is actually what that represents. Okay. You want to
Yeah.
you want to keep going and tell me what
Yeah.
number 2 looks like? All right.
Yeah. Number 2, a box that says all about me.
And then describe all the objects around it.
I don't know what that is.
I think it looks like a gift bag.
A gift bag, I think.
Yep.
A little hot. And it looks like
Plant pot.
is that a plant pot?
It is. Yep.
Okay. And then that one is no, that doesn't look like a candy cane, that's for sure. Is that a bucket?
It is a
Yeah.
bucket. I think that's the KFC bucket. If I'm
Oh.
Yes,
Okay.
it's a KFC bucket.
Yeah, there we go.
And then that is, I can't see because of the a basket, I guess.
Perfect. That's exactly it.
Yes.
Wow. Those were
And
really
then-
kind of tricky. So that was really good, Nicole. Thank you.
And number 3,
Nicole,
hang on.
just
Then
one second,
explain
one second.
number 2.
Number
Yeah.
2, the thing that's cool with Nicole is you could have said those were anything. Because
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what you pick for a container. You did awesome, but you could say that
It's
looks like
true.
an ice cream cone. And sure, if you want to put it in an ice cream cone, go for it.
With Pablo Shrink Ray. So number 2 is about choosing and decorating your container. And like Nicole was saying, I mean, it's a flower pot, a chicken bucket, a gift bag, a basket, a box. It doesn't matter. Whatever kind of container fits the stuff that you want to show who you are. So it can be anything. So those are some examples.
Scott keeps wanting to tell you about the container. He's done this a bunch of
Scott, where are you?
times.
Oh yeah, go
No.
ahead, Scott.
Yeah, someone made one time, made it out of wood and made it so fancy.
Yes. Yeah.
Made it
That's
so
what I
fan-
use. Somebody
so
made one
fancy.
for me too. Bill made one for me years ago. I still
Yeah.
have it here somewhere.
That's wild. Which then that container, that wooden box, is part of explaining what he loves, which obviously was woodworking, right? So that's pretty cool. All right, Nicole, why
And
don't you
number
describe the
3?
third picture? Yeah.
Yeah. Number 3, there's music. You see that little 2 music thing?
Yep.
2 music notes. And then there's PS.
That
So I'm
stands for
assuming that's a-
photos. That stands
Oh,
for
I thought
that's
it was
a future graphic.
PlayStation.
It's no, if you like to do
PlayStation.
Photoshop, it's if you like to make pictures on the computer, that's what that is.
I think a PS these days is a PlayStation, but I could be wrong about that.
It could have been
But that's
that,
Photoshop.
Michelle.
That's Photoshop.
Okay.
And a DVD, I think.
Yeah. And what is all that stuff
And what
in?
the white one is calendar, I think.
It's really hard to see. It says website. It's all kind of it's whatever, but it says website and there's avatar from I think that's for the video game that goes with the movie. I don't know, but it's just stuff. It's stuff in the
It's
box
stuff.
that the person likes.
So yeah, all of it is in a what is it?
Basket.
It or a box. It can be in a basket though, so it can be in
Box,
anything. So
basket. Yeah.
so this represents number 3, step 3, fill your box with your
Wait,
stuff.
1 second, Michelle. Wait. Yay, Nicole! She did the
That was
entire
awesome.
slide. Yay!
That was awesome. Good job, Nicole. That was some tricky stuff too. That was really tricky. All right. So on to the next slide. And then we're going to take questions in like 3 more slides. So just hang in there, guys, because I'm sure there are a lot of questions. So who wants to read this? You don't have to read that whole square on the side. Yeah, we're going to blur that out. But who wants to do the rest of it that has not gone already? Let's see.
Anna.
Can you see it? Can Gabe see it? Can you see it, Gabe?
Oh, me.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
said not really, but I'm here to help.
Oh, that's
Let me bring
awesome.
the laptop closer, as close as we can. Can you read up here at the top?
Oh, there. Yeah.
What does that say? You want me to spell it out for you, and you can try to
American.
read it based on me spelling it out?
Yes.
ANSWER.
Answer.
You can say it out loud so they can hear. you.
Answer.
SO
Some
QUES
questions.
ABOUT.
About
About, yep.
questions about
YOURS. I got myself.
questions about yourself.
There you go. You
That's awesome. That's awesome. Great job, Gabe. That's good. Do you want to describe the picture that's on there, or
do you want
Pablo
me
can
to-
help
That's
you? if you want?
Pablo's part. You have to share the screen. Pablo can do that.
All right. On the left-hand side, there are 4 question marks, multicolored question marks. 2 different blues, an orange and a green. And to the right-hand side, there is a page that is titled Step 1, Answer some questions about yourself. And it shows a plethora amount of questions that you'll have to answer for yourself.
What's a plethora?
A plethora is a long, just like a large amount, a lot.
Yeah.
You don't
Okay,
have to
good
answer all
vocabulary.
those questions. That's just an
No.
example. That's from our About Me box. You're gonna get a whole handout with all of those.
Yeah.
But those are just how many are there to give you an idea.
Yep. So when when you get the handout, you're gonna see. So let me just go through a few of them to give you an idea. These are the questions that you want to answer about yourself. You can pick and choose any of these and come up with ones on your own. But where do you call home? Do you live in an apartment, a house, or something else? Where is it? How do you spend your time? Do you have a job? Go to school? Volunteer? I can picture, for example, Joe volunteers at a soup kitchen. So in his box, for example, he could put a ladle, a soup ladle, to represent he volunteers at a soup kitchen. And then when he pulls out the ladle, he can say, this is a soup ladle. It's because I volunteer at a soup kitchen, so ask yourself these questions and then think about how you can put things in your box that represent those things. So, who is in your circle of friends? Who do you hang out with because you want to, not just because you live or work together? What is one thing that you're really good at? We all have different skills and our own unique gifts to share with others. So what's one of yours? Share something you've done that makes you feel proud. We've had lots of people in the past have shown their Special Olympics medals because they're really proud of that, and they should be. Give yourself a great big pat on the back and let others know why you're proud of yourself. And what else would you like to share about yourself? What kinds of things do you want others to know about who you are and how you live your life? And we have seen everything from soup to nuts in people's boxes, and it's amazing. From their favorite DVD to maybe a takeout menu from a restaurant that they really love, Chinese food or whatever. It can be anything. Use your imagination. And we're here to help. If you get stuck, we are here to help. We have peer mentors and we're here so we can help you get unstuck. So this is supposed to be fun.
What you put in your box. So we're not keeping it unless you put homemade cookies in it. Then we're gonna take some of those.
The cookies and give you back the box.
But we're not really. People are like, worried. Like if they put a photograph or their key or something, you're taking it home with you after you share it. We're not keeping it. But I just have to tell you, we've been doing this with ANA, the Me Week, because nobody else was part of ANA except I don't even think Deanne was there yet. No, Deanne might have been there a long time ago before some of you were born. We've been doing it that long. And one of the people we did it with at the beginning, he used to live in the state institution. Nobody ever asked him anything about himself. And when we got going and people were really interested, at the first time we did this, he came with like nothing. I think he had some canned food in it, like nothing. And he kept doing it, then we kept bringing it back to the classes and he couldn't carry it by the end. He was just like, this is my life. And it was so cool. Yeah. So it really, some of you, some people have an easier time talking about themselves and sharing. Some people, nobody's ever asked them anything about themselves. So think of that when you're doing this. And if you think it's a silly little exercise, just think about how you could be doing it to like share about yourself, but also to empower other people. Nobody's asked them. So if you share something about yourself, it'll get them thinking about something they want to share about themselves.
That's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. All right, next slide. All right, Anna, I'm so sorry. You want to read this one? You can read this one. I cut you off last time.
Yeah. Sure. Choose and decorate your container.
Yep.
And I see a bag, a basket, a popcorn, cup, what it is in a pot of pot of dirt.
You know what is so cool about that you just read that? Because that's the same picture Nicole read and she read it different. That is so cool. That's what I mean. It could be anything you want.
Yep.
If you bring popcorn in your box next to the class, I'm going to eat that too. I just have to warn you because that's my favorite.
And give you back the bucket.
Yeah, she will too.
We'll take the food, give back the bucket. So choose and decorate your container. Thank you, Anna. We call this an About Me box, but you can pick whatever type of container you want. And we've had people get really creative. But avoid anything breakable. Don't bring your grandmother's antique glass bowl to put everything in. Don't bring anything breakable, okay? But something that's easy to carry around. And if you can, something that represents you. Like if it were me, I'd probably use my Disney backpack that I use every time I go to Disney, right? So that would be, because that represents me. But if you don't have a container that necessarily represents you, just anything, a box, a bag, anything. So some people have also used a cardboard box and, colored on the side of it and designed it themselves, like, so it became like about them, using stickers or markers or whatever you want. You can do whatever you want to it. Possibilities are endless, so just have fun with it. Lots of fun. All right.
Before you put up the next, sorry, Morella hasn't read one yet, and neither has Carmen. I'm just pointing, Lena, I'm just pointing out the people that haven't read.
Okay.
Oh,
All
and
right.
Amethyst is shaking her head like, no, yeah, Amethyst
And
hasn't either.
Amethyst, yes,
Yeah.
Amethyst, don't think we
Okay.
forgot about you. Okay. All right, so I'm sorry, who was it? It was Lena and Morella?
Lena
Yeah.
and Morella, and yeah.
Okay, Lena, why don't we start with you?
Hi, I'm Lena. I am wearing glasses today. My hair is long and brown and curly, and I'm wearing a pink jumpsuit and a scrunchie around my wrist.
Mm.
On the screen, it reads shortcake. Fill your box with an exclamation point at the end. And beneath that is a Mod Podge of images. Mod Podge means just like a random assortment of items. So one of the images is a screen with 4 different characters on it. So I'm assuming that's like a cartoon. Or maybe it's supposed to be Zoom because that looks like the Zoom.
Yes.
Yep.
Zoom.
Whatever you want it to be, yep.
And then to the right of that is an art pile. So there's like paints, a palette, some pens, a pencil.
You don't have to read all of them, just highlight a couple to give us the gist of like, what is that?
Oh, okay, yeah. And then there's a cupcake, a newsletter with some scissors, a couple of medals. It looks like a graduation cap. This person was probably fond of social media and music and TV. There's some pets down at the bottom and some sports things like various balls. Yep. There's a book. They like to get their nails done and they like to go to the movies and play video games.
1960.
Yeah, that's a full About Me box.
I call
Yeah.
her strawberry shortcake.
What was that? What did you say? The strawberry shortcake, is that what you said?
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
calling
yeah,
me strawberry shortcake today.
Yeah. That's cute. All right, so pick different things that represent your answers. Remember when we answered all those questions in step 1? So then you kind of go through and you pick out some things and you find things to put in your box that answer those questions. And these can include objects, pictures, although only if they're very special, and preferably in like some kind of frame. We knew somebody last year, one of the students in the class, he had like this really special frame and it had a picture from Christmas from when he was a kid, and his mom gave him that frame with the picture and he's had it ever since. So that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a special picture. But music, food, different scents, things that have a particular texture, such as sandpaper, cotton, or even, as we mentioned, a few fluffy duck feathers. The idea is to use items that will help you share things about yourself using more than just words. Because we could say to you, Amethyst, tell me about yourself, everything about yourself. And it'd be like, oh, and you're trying to come up with all these words. But if we said, Amethyst, fill a box full of stuff that tells us about yourself. And then all of a sudden in there you have, there was something special that you do that you're baking. Is that what it was? Yeah. So Amethyst, why don't you unmute and tell us if you were going to put something in your About Me box that represented your love for baking, what would it be? Are you going to put a whole cake in there? Well, you could. We will eat it and
Good.
give you back the
No
box.
chocolate.
Oh, no chocolate
Strawberry-
for Tim.
No chocolate. I don't want chocolate.
Strawberry shortcake though. Go ahead.
I could bring cookies.
Yeah.
I'd probably I can put like a cookie cutter or something.
Yes. Yes. Or a measuring cup.
Yep.
A rubber
Measuring
spatula.
cup. I have a bunch of baking stuff, so I could pick a bunch.
Hey.
Pick anything, right?
Yeah.
And then when you pull it out, what would you say when you show that cookie cutter?
Oh my goodness. I think I would say, I have a cookie cutter because I just started getting into baking and cake
Yeah.
decorating. It lets me be creative and try new things.
Perfect. That's it. And that's how simple it is to do your About Me box. And it's fun, isn't it? Look, Amethyst is smiling. She is smiling from ear to ear because she likes to talk about the fact that she enjoys baking. It's
I think a
fun to
cookie
talk
would
about
get
the
that
things we
message
enjoy.
across way better.
I know. Bring the cookies.
Peanut butter
Amethyst.
cookie, peanut butter. So on that note, though, now we should do the icebreaker right now because it fits and because of time.
It does fit. It does fit. And I think we're pretty much done anyway, because all we talk about next is just sharing a box, which we can skip. We can
Yeah,
skip
because we're gonna do
slide.
that in person.
We're gonna share it in person and it's gonna be awesome. So we're gonna do an icebreaker. And we
I
are
think
going
Joe
to
had a
share.
question. Did you have a question about it, Joe?
Yeah.
You kept raising your hand.
You did earlier.
Oh, Joe, go ahead.
I just had a question about when we go to the office, do we bring our stuff with us and then do we leave it there, or do we come? Or we go
Who
there for the
remembers?
class?
Who remembers the answer to that? Big Mouth Deb already said it. Lena.
So yes, we will be bringing our boxes to the in-person meeting, but we don't leave them there. We take them back with us.
Thank you, Lena.
You're welcome.
And after we meet in 2 weeks, don't throw your boxes away or chuck them in the back of your closet because we have another use for them. So hold on to them. We'll talk about that another time though. So for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to go around and you're going to say your name and you're going to say one item that you've thought of that you can put in your About Me box. Okay, just one thing, not a whole list.
Yeah.
Yes.
Quick. One thing about you.
One thing, yeah. So we're gonna start with actually, after
Can
this,
you do the
Georgia's gonna
screen?
quickly.
Can you do the follow your screen thing so everybody has the
Yes, I'll
same
do the
screen?
follow your screen. Georgia's gonna quickly show us her box after this, just so you can get an idea. There we go. I did unfollow. Follow. So Georgia, for now, why don't you tell us one thing that you have in your box? You can show it to us since you have it there. Can you show us your bag too? I'm sorry. Show us your. So there's George's bag.
And
She
I
was
made-
in the class last year, so.
And I made a bag.
You made that bag?
Mhm.
Oh, very cool. And that
Oh,
bag-
don't bring. I want that bag, Georgia. Don't
I
bring that.
know.
Don't bring that. That's so cool.
It's beautiful. All right.
So why did you make a bag? Why did you show us the bag, Georgia? Because you do arts and crafts?
Yeah, I used to do a sewing class.
Yes. Very good. All right, you want to show us one more thing because you were good enough to bring your box today, your bag. Show us one more thing you have in there.
My gospel CD that I listen to.
Nice. All right. Good. She can sing gospel, so that's what you sing to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very good. All right, so that's an example. Yeah, Joe's holding up the heart with his hands. Yes. So that was very good, Georgia. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for bringing your About Me box. Yeah. All right. And so we will move on to me. I'm next on the screen. So my name is Michelle. And one of the things that I'm going to put in my About Me box is one of my puppy's collars, because that's what I'm doing these days is the puppy. So I can't bring him, but I can bring his collar. So I'm going to pass it to Keith.
And I'm Keith, and I will put my medals.
Your medals from?
Special Olympics.
Nice. Pass it on, Keith.
Yeah, I do.
I had to go get my thing. My name is Deb, and I have pet geese and chickens and ducks. And instead of an egg, I thought I would show you this is a goose egg. I have very large hands, okay? Very large hands. Like, here's my cell phone, and here's my goose egg. Okay? It's huge. So just so you know, so Daniel, it is the size of my palm, and I will bring one next week so you guys can see, or on the 10th. It might not still be good, but I'll boil one because but they're huge, like the porgies. All right, Amethyst already went, so I will pass it on to Gabe.
Oh. What I will put in my box is a bottle of paint that I can use to make tie-dye shirts and paint pictures and stuff like that.
Ooh, that's awesome.
I like to do.
Okay. Good. Awesome. All right. Pass it to the guy next to you.
Who's the guy next to you?
Follow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's me. I would be bringing my pan flute because I grew up playing Bolivian instruments because I'm Bolivian and my mom wanted me to be super cultural. So I grew up doing it because my mom wanted me to and grew to enjoy music. So everyone will be free to try out the pan flutes when I bring them.
What kind of, when you said you play drums in another class, what kind of drums? Is it just regular drums or those ethnic drums too?
I just like percussion in general. I like music.
Yeah,
So
me too. I like
play all
percussion.
kinds of percussion. I play the full kit. I play the djembe. I play the cajon. I play all kinds of drums.
That's awesome. All right. Pass it to the
We
guy
will
next
have
to
to do
you,
a show
Paula.
for us.
You what?
Have to do a show for us.
Yes, I was going to say that, but I didn't want to put any pressure, but come ready to play something.
I think next is Nicholas.
Hmm. I'm not sure because I have a lot, but I don't know what can fit in and what can't. So I'll figure it out.
Does your costume or your hat from the picture, does that fit? Because that was just beyond adorable.
That was a long time ago, so I don't like my costume will definitely not fit in a box.
Just the hat though, not the hat.
I don't
You guys have
have the
to
hat.
see that. Oh, all right.
I don't have
You
the
have to
hat,
see it,
so-
you guys.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I can maybe get it if like from my church or something, because they stored them, so I can maybe get it, but I'm not sure.
Is it a fez? Is that what that is?
I don't know how to describe it. That's because yeah,
that's all right.
I have a lot of medals too from Special Olympics, so maybe that would definitely fit, I'm sure, but depending on how many I choose to bring.
I know, right? We know some people, they had a lot.
People just bring one of each.
Yeah, just bring one of each. Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah.
Because people have so many.
What you
Yeah,
won the
or just
medal
bring,
for.
but you guys, or just bring one because you don't want your whole box to be medals. It's like to represent something.
It's gonna be heavy
on the bus if you have to take the pride van. Yeah,
yeah.
Just because you can lift 290 pounds doesn't mean everybody else can, Keith.
So that's a good idea, Nicholas. Very good. All right. So do you see who's next to you to pass
Yeah,
to?
it's Dan and Ontiranda.
Okay.
Thank you, Nicholas. My name is Auntie Rhonda, and I will put the hat that I got when I graduated nursing school in my box because I love to be a nurse and help people. And next to me is Daniel.
Okay. All set? Hi, my name is Daniel, and I'm gonna put a Reese's peanut butter cup in there because I like candy.
Yes. Bring enough for everybody. No, I'm kidding. We will take all your Reese's peanut butter cups and give you the box back.
Uh-oh.
Well, those are so good. I love Reese's. Oh, that's a good
Before-
answer. Good answer, Daniel.
It is. Before you go to the next person, I have to show you the picture, the Nick baby picture, because you have to see.
I figured that was coming. I
Yeah.
figured that.
Oh,
It's not there yet.
You can't see it?
Oh, there we go. There we go.
There it is.
He has adult pictures of it too. I meant the adult house, but look,
Nicholas?
That was
the picture.
that was actually like 2005, 2006 maybe, not
Can you-
baby. So
can you
it's not-
describe it? Can you describe it, Nick, for Dan, so he knows what it is?
So it's me and a bunch of other people from my Greek church that I go to, and it's me in a costume. I don't know exactly how to describe the costume, but it's black and a white shirt and black pants, and I'm looking to the right.
In a red cap. Yeah.
Yes,
It's
a red
adorable. Adorable.
Yeah.
So that's the hat that Deb wants him to put in his box, but that was very, very long ago.
Well, he said some of them doing it in more recent years too.
Yes. Yes. So if
Anyway,
you can
it
grab
just
one
was
from
great.
church.
Like, do you guys have pictures like that you want to send so we can put them? We're going to make a slideshow. So
yeah.
Nicholas is a little kid,
It looks
Dan.
like-
I'm sorry, Nick. Nick, how old are you? You're in your 20s, right?
25, turning 26 on the 17th, so it's gonna be my birthday. So
it's your birthday.
Oh, Amethyst never wants to bake.
Amethyst and Scott can bake stuff.
Wow, very
Yeah.
exciting, and you're spending it with us. Oh, we're so honored. Very good. You're gonna
Yeah.
be 26. Very good.
Yep.
All right. Good. So, so you
Okay,
could get your
Dan, what are you
birthday
gonna
candle,
say?
You know,
No, it's your turn.
Okay, Daniel, thank you. My name is Joe. What's going to be in my About Me box is a watch, an Apple Watch, to help me was counting my steps and calories.
That's awesome. That's a good one, Joe. Awesome. All right, pass it to the person next to you.
The next person is Anna.
Hi, so I'm Anna, and the one that I'll be taking to the class of the 17th is a Bible. A cool fact of when you bring a Bible along is I always wanted to become a pastor.
Awesome. Awesome. That is great. That's perfect. You guys got some good stuff getting these boxes started. This is awesome. All right,
Yeah,
Anna,
you
who's
haven't
next
given
to you?
up. You said you always wanted to. You haven't given that up, right? You're still gonna become a pastor.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you're working on it. You're working on it. Yeah.
And
Awesome.
yeah, and the person that's next to me is Lena in Common.
Hi, this is Lena. The item that I plan on putting in my About Me box would be a pair of toe socks because I love toe socks.
See, this is
I'm
what I'm
wearing
saying.
them
Everybody
today.
has something different. You have them on today. That is
Yes.
awesome. That is so awesome.
I'm sorry, but can we see them, Lena? I just have to see the toe socks. Let's say, put that foot up there. Let's say, this is what they look like, you guys. You have to describe to Daniel, okay?
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Now, Daniel, these are what these are. Go ahead, Lena.
All right, describe them, Lena. What do we got?
So they are actually cat toe socks. So like the main part of the foot has little ears, eyes, a nose, and whiskers. And then the toe part is brown.
Every toe fits in a different. It has like a different
Yes.
sleeve for every toe. It's like a
It's a
glove.
sleeve
for
for-
your
I
foot.
didn't know how to
It's a
describe it.
glove.
A sleeve for every toe is perfect.
It's a
Like
glove
a
for your
glove for
foot.
your feet.
They're great for foot health.
That is awesome. Thank you for that, Lena. Thank
No
you.
problem.
All right, who's next
Eric-
to you?
Carmen, your turn. What are you gonna put in your box?
Nothing.
You have to put something.
My name is Carmen and I'm gonna put nothing.
Are we joking?
Hey, you've already told us stuff about you.
Yeah,
You've
you
told us
did.
about your long braid. You can put some hair bands.
No,
some
there's
shoulder blades.
there's lots of stuff that you guys don't know about me.
Yeah, well, let's just give us a sneak. You're not going to tell us ahead of time. You have to tell us one thing. Everybody else is, come on. There's a lot about you I want to know. You seem very fun and loving and outgoing and artistic and a hard worker. So let's go.
The one thing is meaningful to me is a picture of my mom, my birth mom.
I'm in class right now.
That's one of the pictures that you can include and you just
Absolutely.
describe it. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's an important picture. That's awesome, Carmen. Very good. That's great. All right, who's next to you guys?
Nicole and Marla.
Yeah.
Well, it's you, because your name is first. So, say your name. Nicole Duncan. Loud. You can do better than that. Come on. You just had lunch. Come on. Use your lungs. Nicole Duncan. What are you gonna put in your box? Come on, you know. You just told me what are you gonna put. Don't say that, because that would be a surprise. Say something else. I don't know your name. Worksheet?
Nicole, aren't you learning to read, Nicole?
Go ahead. Apple key. Okay. There you go. Because you a key over what? The van. The van, because you like to ride in the van. Perfect.
That is perfect. That's awesome.
Nice.
Awesome, Nicole. Okay, and who's next to you?
Lorella. Oh. You butchered my name, but that's okay. Hi, my name is Mirella, and I think I will put in a box of hockey puck because I love hockey. I'm a hockey parent for like, oh God, 17 years. So yeah. So that's yeah.
The fact that you're a parent for 17 years is enough.
That's
Yeah, and my son graduated high school and everything, and I'm still going to the hockey games, to the Farmville hockey games, and
When I was a kid, my dad, I was like my father's son until my brother was old enough, because my older sister wasn't going to do it. So I had to play the girls' hockey, and my position was puck.
If anybody doesn't get that joke, raise your hand. She was the pup. That's so sad.
Yeah.
All right. Nicole and Morella, who's next to you?
So next to us, it's Scott.
I will put in a DVD movie of John Adams.
Why? Why would you put that in, Scott?
That's history.
And you like history?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. See? There you go.
Where they do the Declaration of Independence.
Nice.
Where they sign it.
Yep. All right. Very good. Good job, Scott. You want to pass it to the last but not least?
Smith.
Smith. Okay, Hopkins. What is military school?
I thought he cut out when he said Mark. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Smith? Yeah.
I know what he meant by Smith. Me.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, Mark.
Hi, my name is Mark. And the one thing that I would put in my About Me box is this little fella right here, which is my stuffed puppy dog wearing a Boston Red Sox shirt.
So cute. Love him.
Thanks.
All right. Did you get that at a Red Sox game?
Yes, with my day program team crew.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well,
yeah.
All right. This was great, guys. Give yourselves a round of applause. A round of applause. It's clapping in a circle. There we go.
Yeah.
That was really great. And this basically is what it's going to be like when we meet in person, sharing our boxes, is like you get to know people and things that you didn't realize. And then you find out the things that you have in common with people too. Like Amethyst loves baking. I love eating baked goods. So like we have so much in common, right? So.
Amethyst likes to bake. I like to eat. That would be my line, Michelle.
I think we're gonna be good
Reese's.
friends.
Dan, and Reese's, I don't like chocolate, Dan, but I do like Reese's, even though they have chocolate. I'll accept that amount of chocolate. Nick, what kind of cakes do you like? Nick, what kind of cakes do you like?
I would say it's not a good idea to bring cookies, because that's my nickname, and I'll eat the cookies.
Cookie.
Oh, as everybody was saying, they're trying to lose weight too.
I would
yeah,
run with the box and not give the box back.
I just want to know, and then I think we could start. I don't know, but we're saying last week. I know this is an awful way to end. We were going to start to watch the 504 video, and we can watch some of it. I'm going to put it on the website so you guys can watch all of it. But first, Amethyst just randomly wants to know, Nick, what your favorite kind of cake is. Just out of random curiosity.
I'm not. Any cake works.
So not chocolate then.
I don't know what you have against chocolate. It's delightful and it's a gift to the world.
I cannot live without chocolate. That's why I gained 6 pounds.
Same. Okay, for real.
I can't have chocolate right now.
For me. Ice cream cake.
Ice cream cake. Yeah, that's.
I
Yeah.
can't have chocolate right now because I'm pre-diabetic. So.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna nix the chocolate. So, like Deb said, we are going to start now watching the first half of that awesome video we were telling you about. And
We
then
need to
it will
stretch
be
for 30
on
seconds first, or a minute like we did last time, a minute stretch.
Oh,
People need to move.
Yeah, I can go for a stretch. So, all right, 30 seconds. Everybody stand up and move around. Here you go. I'm gonna shut off my video so I don't hit my head. Here we go. Oh my goodness.
You guys can see me now because I can be all the way over here. It's because of the iPad.
Oh, that's cool, Joe. It follows you?
It does.
Wow. It's scary technology these days. Oh my gosh.
I can be all the way over here.
And you guys can see my pretty little face too.
Nice. There we go.
It's good to stretch.
Yeah, isn't it good to stretch? Oh, it feels so good. Oh, yep, Deb. I was gonna say, I think Deb's on the floor again.
You bend down and touch the floor. Far down you go. Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
So we watched this the video last week that was that explained what the 504 Act was, and just to give you a really short recap, it's an act that that the federal act, so a law that said that anything that uses federal money, like money from the president, money from Congress, federal money, not state money, anything that gets paid for with any bit of that money can't discriminate. I said it again, discriminate against people who have a disability. So if, for example, libraries have to have ramps on them, they have to have, Braille options, voting places. Like I told you last week, Dan, Rhode Island has something called an automark machine that'll read the ballot to you. So it was a big, huge deal, but it passed in 1974, and they didn't put the regulations in place to make it be enforced until 1977, because everybody realized once it passed, oh, it's a great idea, but oh, it's going to cost a lot of money. And that's pretty much why they kept dawdling. And what we're going to watch is footage from the sit-ins. People, so like it explained last week, people with disabilities spoke up instead of other people speaking up for them or just taking it and letting it, okay, fine. They were like, no, we really do need equal access. And this was the largest sit-in of a federal office building ever in US history. It was the biggest one. So that's kind of a big deal, because it's as you'll see, the people that had ventilators, not just, oh, I happen to use a cane, people with big, massive life-altering physical disabilities, people with cognitive disabilities, people with visual impairments, people that were deaf, they all got together and said, nope, this is wrong. So here we go. I'm going to put it up. And Dan, this has something with it called descriptive video. So for the rest of you, if you hear them telling you what's on the screen, this is what this is useful. This is an example of accessibility for people to make things accessible. So we're going to watch this version, and we're going to, just when it starts to be we're out of time, like I said, we'll put it on the website. Okay, here we go.
The Power of 504, Part 1 of 2. The 504 Sit-In 20th Anniversary Committee presents
Still photos, newspaper clippings, and film footage from actual news broadcasts, April 1977. Kitty Cohn.
No otherwise qualified handicapped individual in the United States shall, solely on the basis of his handicap, be excluded from the participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973.
The power of 504.
On April 5, 1977, people with disabilities across the nation demonstrated to demand that regulations implementing Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act be signed into law. The demonstrations spontaneously erupted into sit-ins. In San Francisco, over 100 people made the federal building our home for 26 days.
The demonstrations. The 504 rally logo. A profile of a wheelchair with a clenched fist inside the wheel. Disabled demonstrators in front of the San Francisco Old Federal Building.
Some of the demonstrators occupied an area outside the office of HEW Secretary Joseph Califano. When Califano appeared, he praised their cause but said there were problems such as enforcement. However, he promised action.
I will sign a set of 504 regulations by early May.
An outdoor demonstration in San Francisco. People on stage in front of a crowd. One of them is signing to the group.
The handicapped demand that Section 504 of the Civil Rights Act be signed. It was passed by Congress in 1974. It guarantees the rights of the handicapped in education and employment. The Ford administration never implemented the act. And now the new HEW Secretary, Joseph Califano, says he will sign it in May. The handicapped want him to sign it now.
The San Francisco sit-in. A collage of newspaper clippings about the bill and the protest.
Now is an overnight sit-in. Actually, the demonstration is going on throughout the entire nation, Washington, New York, Denver, here in San Francisco. It all started this morning here at the old Federal Building on 50 Fulton when an incident took place outside. Immediately after that demonstration this morning, the handicapped started invading the building. It's the old Federal Building, which is now the HEW headquarters. They spent most of the day in the office of the regional director here.
Disabled protesters move inside offices, clapping and chanting, holding up signs. Many are in wheelchairs or holding white canes. One woman is signing the protest chants.
And I've just gotten word too that these people are now locked into the building. At 6 o'clock, this building did close down. However, about a half hour ago, they came up with an agreement. None of these people are going to be arrested or moved out of this building. Some members of the HEW staff will be remaining here with them throughout the night. Those people who are here right now will be locked in. If they want to leave, it's all right, but they can't come back in. Food, we hear, is being brought over by Delancey Street. However, the Salvation Army has not been able to come up with blankets or cots, that sort of thing, so they are still frantically out looking for that.
What about the restroom facilities and that sort of thing there? Are they equipped to handle that many handicapped people, and could they get that help?
They absolutely are not equipped to handle them. The regional director asked before 4 o'clock if he could try to get out of this room because he needed to go to the restroom. And the group here said, no, we have had to learn all of our lives to control our bladders, and you must learn that lesson now, too.
There are approximately 75 or more who are taking part in this sit-in. This makes this the largest sit-in in the nation currently going on concerning the disabled and the handicapped. In Washington, there are about 40 people sitting in the outer office of the HEW Secretary, Joe Califano, and there are about 7 people in New York.
98 people stayed overnight in the offices used by Regional HEW Director Joe Maldonado. The 50 who remain at this hour say they have no intention of leaving.
Judy Human.
There are people that want to stay here until, and there is a significant number of those people.
Quite frankly, I think it's going to be very difficult for them to put a lot of pressure on us. When we asked them questions yesterday about 504, and we said to them, have you ever read 504? Every one of the people that we had in that office said no. I mean, I think that they should thank us for being here and welcome the opportunity that finally they're going to get educated about the law that they're supposed to be enforcing.
HEW reacts. Inside the building, handmade signs on the walls, people using payphones, people playing cards.
130 disabled and handicapped spent the second night of the sit-in in a string of offices on the 4th floor of the building. HEW officials are stiffening their easy attitude about the demonstrators. All outside phone lines, except one emergency line, have been cut off. Incoming calls, however, are still coming through. Food still is being delivered into the building, but demonstrators no longer can enter. If they leave the building, well, they just stay out.
By now, this demonstration here in San Francisco is clearly symbolic. The group which left the Washington, D.C. offices of HEW yesterday afternoon were the only ones who really had direct access to Secretary Joseph Califano. Any demonstration here in San Francisco, well, can only be to show support, but it can't do anything tangible to get that anti-discrimination law signed right now.
D.C., L.A., New York forced out. San Francisco digs in. Demonstrators asleep on the floors and stairways.
They're tired, they're grubby, they're uncomfortable, but their spirits are soaring. The sit-in at San Francisco's HEW headquarters now is in its third day, and 125 disabled and handicapped are pledging they'll continue the sit-in through tomorrow night, if not longer. The squeeze is on, though. Hot water has been turned off on the 4th floor, where the Occupation Army of Cripples has taken over.
The demonstration here is now on its 4th day. It is by far the largest and longest protest ever organized by disabled people in this area. But the problem on this, the 4th day, is still the same as it was on Tuesday, trying to get the attention of the Washington.
Demonstrators march in front of the old Fed, holding up signs that read 504 now. Cece Weeks.
One thing, it's the first really militant thing that disabled people have ever done. And we feel like we're building a real social movement. And we want people to listen to us. We have tried negotiations, they do not work. And at this point, we are non-negotiable. We want those regulations signed.
Their cause is drawn the support of rank and file HEW workers, labor unions, church groups, farm workers, the Gray and Black Panthers, California legislators, and the governor.
He might be the mayor of San Francisco, but it wasn't enough for George Moscone and other city officials on federal turf today. They came to the HEW offices to endorse and assist the handicapped. But the federal officials drew the line when it came to installing a device which converts a sink into a makeshift shower. And that's where the mayor and his delegation discovered the limits of their authority.
George Moscone on the phone.
Well, thank you for trying anyhow. All right, Jeff.
The shower's on or off, Mayor?
Huh?
The shower's on or off?
We can't give any permission for the showers.
What was his reasoning?
He's not running a hotel.
A woman washes her hair in the sink.
Oh, now that feels so good. Oh, Lord, it feels good.
End of part 1.
Deb, thank you. I have an extra microphone. I use a different microphone. I'm turning it on and off. That was
your lips.
Yes, I know. I'm lip syncing. I don't know what I would do without my team. I don't. That was the first half. That's part 1, and there's another part. And like I said, I'll put the whole thing on the website. I already put up the video that we watched last week. If you weren't able to see it, or you want to watch it again, that explains it. I'll put the About Me box up there also with an audio version so you can listen to it, because it's a lot. There's a bunch of different words on the pages. I'm gonna put the PowerPoint that Michelle was sharing that people helped with. I don't like ending on such a downer note, but the good thing of it is they won. I mean, it took a long time, but they won. And that just shows persistence and perseverance, which are just big words that mean they didn't give up. And so, we shouldn't give up either. Anybody have any thoughts about that? Anything they want to share? Amethyst? You guys can all unmute. Just take turns talking.
I was just gonna say, they made it as hard as possible for them, and yet they always found creative solutions. So I think that's pretty inspiring to see.
Well, if you remember the one last week, people drove in U-Hauls. They didn't have accessible vans, so they loaded them into the back of U-Hauls. I mean, that's how much it meant to people. Does that have something, Dan? Or are you just clearing your throat? Anybody else want to say anything? What do you think about the army of cripples? I called it the army of cripples has invaded. Whew, you can't use that language nowadays, but we know what they meant.
Anna, did you have something to say?
Me?
Yeah, you had unmuted. I didn't know if you had something. No.
Yeah, I kind of do, but I could watching that and watching people can sleep in below the staircases and washing their hairs in the sink, and that's just not like what people normally do, and it's like not way for like those who do that. Like, I feel bad actually for the people that have been through those treatments.
People were forced to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Emerson said, they didn't give up. I mean, they made it as hard as possible. I'm not running a hotel. Oh my gosh. It's not your building to say if you're running a hotel or not. Anyway, it's a public building. Anyway, we're going to see each other in 2 weeks.
Carmen, you want to say something?
I think the former mayor is being very rude. If he doesn't,
no, the mayor was the good guy. The former mayor was the good guy. The other, one of the other people in there.
Yeah, I'm talking about the other one.
Yeah. Califano wasn't listening.
You shouldn't say that. I just think he's being, and excuse my language, but a jackass.
Yeah. We excuse it. I excuse it. Michelle's eyes went up, but it's okay. Sometimes
we should have Michelle cover her ears.
Just keeping everybody honest. But no, you're right, Carmen.
Yeah. Michelle won't say that word, but she agrees.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, they were just being rude and not treating people like humans. I mean, people just wanted to bathe. They've been in there for a bunch of days, and like they said, they were grubby. I mean, when the word grubby, like sticky and grubby, and yeah. And they were just speaking up for their rights. And like you said, Amethyst, to the extent that they went to, because it was so important to them. And that's just something to remember, because, you know, Joe had asked a couple of weeks ago, or last week maybe, it's all a blur, you guys, but about the age, when does the disability rights, so the Americans with Disabilities Act wasn't for a while longer, not, 1990, I think, was the first signing, and then they isn't that right, 1990? I think so. We'll find out next week. I don't remember. It's all a blur, like I said, but even then, that that took a while, and then it took another thing called we're getting to support plans. We're getting to Rhode Island, just so you know, like it's all we're tying it all in, because what happened was first the federal government, and then the Americans with Disabilities Act was beyond just the federal government. It was like private businesses also, with a couple of exceptions, but it was basically people have a right to the same access to the community. And so if there's any public part of your business organization, you can't exclude people just because they happen to use a wheelchair, or they're deaf, or they're blind, or they have a cognitive disability. You're not allowed to do that. And that is huge, because people with disabilities are kind of like really on the bottom rung of what we've done with people in society. Like, we used to put people away and just ignore them and forget them, and out of sight, out of mind. And but it wasn't until people themselves spoke up for it. So just remember that about your own lives, that we are getting to that. And that's the point of like how you want to live your life is the way you should be living your life, not how somebody else wants you to live it.
Yeah. Let these people be an inspiration to you. They did all that so that today you can stand up for yourself, and you're right. So yeah,
we're gonna see each other in 2 weeks. We're gonna see each other in 2 weeks.
We're gonna see each other in 2 weeks. I want to make sure I'm gonna send you an email that you know the address, and also I'm going to make sure that I put that class page link on there, because that's where you're gonna find the information about the About Me boxes, and you can finish watching this video and see how it turned out, because we just kind of wet your whistle a little bit and got you intrigued as to the situation they were in. But wait till you see how it ends.
Yeah, part 2 is shorter.
Part 2 is shorter. Yeah. So go see how it ends, be inspired, and we'll talk about it again next week.
I want to watch the rest of that. So
yeah.
I will put it up. When's that going to be up?
I'll put it up today.
Today? All right.
Yep.
So we'll send you the link for the class page. Just keep checking until you see it there. Okay.
Yeah.
It'll be sometime today, tomorrow the latest.
Yeah.
All right.
All righty.
All right.
Goodbye.
Yeah, until next Wednesday. See you guys. Have a good week.
Oh wait,
Bye.
Michelle, I got a question.
Yes.
Yes.
One more question before we go.
Yeah, Mark.
For the Marriott dance, right? Is the
Yep.
sweep now? As for the sleepover, is it optional?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. You don't have to stay. It's like with tax, it ends up being $228 to stay in one of the rooms. So you don't have to do that. That's just if you wanted to, you know.
Who's
you
staying
can.
over? How many
You don't
people are
have to.
staying over?
Joe.
Aren't you staying, Keith? Why isn't your hand up? Keith
Anna's
always
not
yeah.
sure. Keith is
Huh?
staying.
Carmen
yeah.
and Nick, we're gonna party.
Carmen,
Nick,
oh,
do you want to
maybe,
stay,
maybe.
Nick?
All right.
Do you want to stay? You don't want to stay, even if we got you a place, someone to stay with? No.
Not
You
me,
have to
no.
party with us? No.
Not for me. Sorry.
He's like, you people are scaring me a little. I'll just take
Well,
you a little.
that and sometimes we like our own bed. I miss my
Yeah,
bed when I'm
yeah.
away. I love my bed so much.
Dan, do you want to stay, Dan? No. I'm just looking at anybody on screen that wants to stay, but they don't not sure. We should just talk because I'll get going.
So
Yeah,
we're trying to figure out something first before we
Say that to it, yes.
Yeah.
Was it about the email that you had to check with us in person? Because if it is, I want to talk to you about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did that person say no?
No.
Okay, good. Because it shouldn't. They shouldn't. Just so you know, like that gets very misunderstood. If you have someone who's that, okay, cool. All right, excellent.
Yeah. Anna, how about you? What were you gonna say?
I'm a 50-50.
All right.
Okay.
I definitely do think that can be like a good option, like the way I see it, because it's in Providence and it'd be too. I mean, I was thinking this to my parents. It's like it may be too late to pick me up that late on a Friday night. So
right.
I may do it with them to book that room.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Good idea. So that you don't have to drive all the way home that late at night.
Yeah.
If you stay, we all go to breakfast the next morning. If you stay, we'll talk about it more. But check out
we'll
us
talk
until
about it that
11.
night. See
Yeah,
who
check it
wants
out
to
until
stay.
11.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to breakfast with us, but you can see how much I actually eat. You'll be astounded.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's always the thinnest ones that eat the most, and I don't understand it because you never stop moving. You have such a good metabolism. But anyway,
maybe you can share where you're going to breakfast, and we can go
right
even
at
if
the
we
hotel.
don't-
Yeah, come back. It's
At
right
the
in the
hotel.
hotel. Yeah.
Maybe we can do that, Dan.
the breakfast there is fantastic. So good.
Maybe
Yeah.
we can do that. Go back for breakfast.
Yeah, that's up to you.
Sounds good. All right. All right. We'll be talking about it more in the coming weeks. But, all right. See you guys. Thank
How
you.
did the song? Did we finish the song?
We forgot
Oh
to go over
yeah.
the song.
We'll let you listen next
Next
week.
week.
Yeah. We just got from last night. Mark sent us the soundtrack last night, so I didn't have time to put words and stuff. But you will next week. We'll everybody because
yeah.
we have to start recording ourselves, our beauteous voices. Yeah.
An hour and a half still
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
enough time in class. I'll tell you what. We never cover everything.
I can put the song on the website too, so we can sneak peek listen to it. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah,
All right.
so
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
has it.
Be like an extra present when you get there. Woo!
Yeah, that
But
was
first the
fun.
videos. Yeah,
That was
it's always
fun.
fun.
That
It
was
is.
fun.
Yeah. The
You
final
enjoyed that,
product.
right, Dan?
Yeah.
The final product is always amazing, and we did get your line in, Dan. We told them on Thursday.
Yeah, we
We
did.
Yeah.
He used
Very
it. So.
nice. We don't like leaving anybody behind.
No.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
That's great.
All right. Okay. Bye.
All right. Bye, everybody.
That's a wrap. See you next week. Same time, same bat channel. Produced by Advocates in Action, Rhode Island, 2024. Remember, nothing about us without us.